we're speaking to Amber Dale, who is the founder of Chatterbox PR and Events. So thank you, Amber, for speaking to us.
Thank you so much, Chris, for taking the time to speak to me.
Thank you. So we'll start with a brief about the idea behind Chatterbox PR and Events. What made you start a PR agency and an events company?
The idea behind Chatterbox developed over a period of time. I had already spent about 4 to 5 years in the PR industry, and I reached a point where I felt, I could do something better by myself. So being my own boss was the idea I had when I came up with the idea of, forming Chatterbox PR and Events. It's been 11 years now, and, with, of course, hard work and God's grace, we've been doing pretty well. So I'm really proud of the fact that I started Chatterbox at a time when, there was a lot of fresh thought in the PR industry, and I've managed to carry that freshness from the past 11 years and, keep improvising and implementing new ways of doing things in our daily work.
So prior to starting Chatterbox, what was your career path?
Prior to starting Chatterbox, I had a career of about 5 to 6 years in the PR industry. I've worked for a number of top-rated PR agencies, and during that span of time, I not just gained experience of working with different clients, but I also, mindfully made it a point to absorb the good points from my mentors in each of these in these industries. And I think that has actually helped me look at doing things differently when I started up my own company. Because I wanted to, not be strapped to a desk or, have any of my teammates strapped to a desk. I wanted that fluid thinking, that fluidity between the teams to be there, because your creativity flows that way. The team gets a chance to show their creativity, and I think when there's that mutual discussion between all of us, I think that's when you have the best results delivered to your clients. But before PR, of course, I was doing various different things. I was into the hospitality industry, and then I moved into FMCG as well. And I bring all that experience of working, at different levels. So basically, I've grown from doing step one to where I am today. So it's been a long journey, but it's been an amazing and a fruitful journey, where I am today.
So it is quite challenging when you're, jumping from a salaried position in a company to starting your own thing. And there are a lot of, unanswered questions when you start. So were there any challenges that you had to face, both setting up the business and moving forward?
There were many challenges. Because if you look at it from this point of view, when you get your salary, you know that something's coming into your bank account every month. But when you move on to start your own company, you need to make sure you are financially strong, and you know how to go around when it comes to legalizing the company formalities, etc. 11 years ago, it was pretty. I won't say it was easy. I'd say setting up the company did take some time. But there were challenges because at that point of time, it was really, really difficult from a financial point of view. You had banks who didn't want to open up a bank account, for example, just because you were a startup. And unless and until you showed a certain amount of money or bank balance in your accounts, it was really difficult. So at that point of time, it did take me a while to get the company started and up and running. But that was just one part of the challenge. When you move out from an agency setting to start up your own company ethically, it's difficult to get your first client. So for me, I never took any of my clients from any of my previous agencies. And I'm really proud of the fact that, because I knew my previous employer, because she worked hard as well, to get her clientele up. So I didn't want to do that to her. So I started from scratch. And I remember my first client was the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. And that's when I actually did a pro bono project for them. From there, I think there was no turning back, but it was a tough journey. And I did not want to, give up. So I said, by hook or by crook, I need to make sure my company is a success. And then from there, I used my expertise. I used my knowledge in the industry, and I reached out to people who I believed would actually benefit from my services. And that's when we signed up our first paying client. This was back in 2012. And like I said, from then, there was no turning back. And the fact that I came with a very strong background in technology PR by working with some of the leading technology companies, I think that helped me a lot to build up the clientele that we currently have today.
So starting back then 10, 11 years ago and today, have you seen a major shift in the way the industry works today or it functions?
Absolutely. Back then, social media was just emerging, so we didn't have a lot of Facebook or a lot of Twitter out there, although the platforms were established. But gradually, we've seen a change in how PR is being done, and now there's very little traditional PR that we actually see happening, from my point of view. There's a large focus on brands, to be seen on social media platforms, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, you've got YouTube, you've got Pinterest. I mean, my own company is on social media. And then we've seen the rise of the influencer, which obviously takes on a totally different angle when you talk about PR. But if you ask me, I think traditional PR is still going strong. I think companies out there are still looking at PR agencies or consultancies that actually offer a strong traditional PR foundation, and then they build up on the new activities on social media and bringing influencers and things like this. But for us, we've been working with a lot of enterprise focused customers, so our focus has not been that much on Facebook or Twitter. It's been mainly focused on doing traditional PR. At the same time, you have to evolve, or else you're left behind. So what we've tried to do is, within our services, we've started to include an integrated marketing component as well. So along with the traditional PR services, we also offer integrated marketing services. So that's how we are inventing and reinventing ourselves every day to make sure that we as a company are relevant, and that our clients, they aren't left behind. They're still getting top level services of whatever activity they want.
Okay, so in terms of people who are looking to start on their own, especially women, for example, who want to get into the shoes of an entrepreneur, what kind of advice would you have for them? Because you have a decade of experience running a company on your own. What sort of advice would you like to give to them?
Well, when I started Chatterbox, it was really difficult, because I think at that point of time there were maybe just a couple of women out there who were actually running successful agencies. And from my initial conversations with a lot of people, women weren't taken seriously, as entrepreneurs or as business owners. So I think one main point or one main quality that you need to have is perseverance. You have to persevere and you have to not give up. Because the moment you think, okay, I'm a woman, maybe I'm not capable of doing something, then you fail right there and your journey ends right there. So I think you need to have a mindset that, no, I need to break all these barriers, I need to move ahead. If I don't move ahead, the others will not be able to. So even now, if you look at us, my team is mainly made up of women. And I think you need to give other women a chance as well. So if you're a woman and if you need to, start your own business, I think you need to, at least now, you need to have or be clear about what it is you want to do. and work towards achieving that goal. And there will be a lot of naysayers out there, you know, or probably just want to talk you down. But if you have confidence in yourself, I think you're unstoppable.
So that was Amber Dale of Chatterbox PR and Events. Thank you, Amber, for speaking to us.
Thank
nice
you
having a
very
chat
much.
with you, and we look forward to speaking with you in the
Thank
future
you.
as well.
Thank you very much, Chris. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.